Oh, so much construction happening out here. All of this area just used to be farmland, crops, all kinds of basically just agricultural, all of it. All of this out here still is farm, but all of this over here now is going to be houses. And you know, my hometown growing up, I think, was probably around 25,000, maybe a little less. Still had a very small town feel, small city feel. Woodland is I wouldn't call it a suburb of Sacramento, but it's just one of those small cities right outside of a larger city area, the capital of California. But you know, with all these houses being built, the city's growing. I always wonder, you know, do we have the jobs to support all of this growth? But, you know, you'd like to think that the powers that be have, you know, the information that they need to know that building all of these houses out here is viable for the city and for the job market, right? That all that stuff's going to match up so that, you know, we don't build all these houses and then all of a sudden we find ourselves in a recession and then all these houses stay empty. A lot of these construction sites end up not finishing their projects, and I know that for a fact that can happen because I worked in the home building industry right before the big recession. You know, around 2007, 2006, 2007, 2008, those years. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and we had all these new homeowners that were just kind of left out to dry. Is that how the saying goes? They're hung out to dry. Yeah, I mean, the company that I worked for ended up, which was one of the largest, if not the largest, private home builder in the country, ended up going out of business, and they were done. So, you know, we had these huge warranties on the houses, on their structural integrity and all that stuff, that those people no longer could count on. And man, what a crazy thing to think about. And you know, with home prices, especially here in California, it really makes me wonder how sustainable building all these houses, and you know, whether or not the people who buy these houses will be able to continue to afford them if they go upside down in their mortgages. Because I don't own a house, and it scares the crap out of me, and it scares the crap out of my wife as well because of that. You know, the homeless are so expensive here that I can't imagine them, you know, the value of your home appreciating after you buy it at such a high price. So anyway, that's something, you know, maybe you live in California, maybe you don't, but if you're a homeowner, you know, you've definitely had these worries, you've definitely had these thoughts. Maybe you didn't think about it at all. Maybe you are now if you're a new homeowner, but that's not the intention of my video. But really, I did have kind of a serious topic that I wanted to talk about right now, and it's serious enough that I'm gonna find a spot to pull over here and just talk to the camera. And if you've watched my videos before, you know this isn't something that I really do. Sometimes I'll make a product review videos where I will sit down and talk to the camera about a product, but that's different. What I wanted to do today was talk to you about a subject that's going to be unpopular, and a subject that hopefully you just kind of understand where I'm coming from, even if you don't agree with me. But something that I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time, and that I just kind of have been putting off. It's been in my little list of ideas of things to make videos on for easily for a year. And I've only been making videos for a couple years, so this kind of gives you an idea of how serious I am about this, and just kind of how much it means to me that, you know, it would stay on my list for that long. That's something that I want to talk about. and will be something that I'm going to sit here and talk about to you for a second here. So, obviously, if you don't want to watch the video, you're not going to watch it, but hopefully you do when you take something away from this, and that being that we have a lot of things that we say and we have a lot of things that we do, maybe just out of habit or some things that we just learned from our parents or from friends or just from the group of people that we associate with. But just, I wanted to make this video because I want any of you who perhaps feel this way or use this terminology, and let's just I'm just gonna jump right in and say what I need to say, because it's not gonna take me a whole lot of time to do it, but I need to say it. And this is no joke, right? This is totally serious. And I can make all the excuses that I want, and I've made all the excuses that I could to not talk about this, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna put it out there. And again, if you want to watch the video, you can, and if you don't, you can click off of it, which is fine. But what I wanted to talk about today was something that's hit home for me for a long time. Ever since I started making videos, I've been deleting comments with this word and with this terminology ever since I started my channel. And I don't know when this term became something popular or something common to say, or when this term became something common that people said. But wherever it started, I just need to put it out there that this is offensive. And typically, I'm a guy who just rolls with the punches. I'm a guy who lets things like this roll right off my back and just moves on, doesn't linger on it. But I want to call this out for what it is. And what it is it's racist. Okay, and people don't like to hear that word, and they don't like to talk about this. But especially in the climate that we're in right now, it's something that I felt like if I don't talk about this now, I'm never going to talk about it, and it's just going to bother me for the rest of my life. So here I am talking about it now. For those of you who are wondering what term I'm talking about, the term I'm talking about is Jap bikes. Okay, I'm a Japanese American. My mom is Japanese, and she grew up in Hawaii. My great-grandparents grew up in Japan, and they're from Japan. And for those of you who have any interest in this at all, the term Jap originated in the 1800s and was popularized during World War II as a derogatory term. And it was used in propaganda during the war because it was monosyllabic. It was easy to make propaganda posters for, like "Rap the Jap" or "Blast the Jap clean off the map." Okay? And I want to be clear because I know that this video is going to be unpopular and is probably going to garner some negative feedback in the comments. But I just need to, as a person and as a motovlogger, as a YouTuber, I need people to know where I stand. Because a lot of the times, if someone leaves a comment with the word Jap bike on it, I'll just delete it. Because it's offensive, and I don't want it on my comments. I don't want it to be associated with it, and I don't want people to think they can just write it in my comments and I will leave it there for other people to see. Now, mostly what this video is for is to inform you. If you didn't know where the term came from and you don't know why it's offensive, hopefully now you do, and hopefully you know that maybe you didn't know when you say it that it offends people, but it does. And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. So if you are a Japanese American, or if you're someone of Japanese nationality or descent, leave it in the comments. Leave it how you feel. Maybe you don't feel like this at all, but it's an offensive term, and I just needed to get this out there, and I needed to put this video out there because I just want people to know where I stand on this. Maybe you've written the comment with this term in it, and I've deleted it, and you're like, why did he delete that? I don't even know why. Or where did my comment go? Now you know. Okay, so I want your feedback. I really do want your feedback on this. So if you have something to say about this, please leave it in the comments. And we need to talk about it. This is something I think that if we don't talk about it at all, it just gets swept under the rug, or it's just something that that someone says, and then we're like, that shouldn't be saying that, and we just don't say anything. So for me, it was more of a thing where I would rather people not be ignorant about it, if maybe that's why they've used this term in the past. But for the most part, I just wanted to make sure that people not only know that it's offensive, but to me it's offensive, and that this is where I stand on the term Jap bike. Now, just know this as well. If you write something in the comments that's offensive, or something, that's fine. If you want to disagree with me in the comments, that's great. I think we do need to have that discussion, so do that. But if it's disrespectful, or you're gonna take this somewhere where I don't want it to, just know it's gonna be deleted. I don't want this to be a thing where I have to disable the comments on this video for sure, because again, this is just something that needs to be talked about. So just know that if you're gonna be disrespectful in the comments, it's gonna get deleted or removed. I just want this to be a constructive conversation, and again, maybe only like 50 people watch this video and there won't be any comments, but it was important for me to make this video and to sit down and talk face to face with you guys about how I feel about this, because, you know, as much as this channel is about motorcycles and as much about this channel is about my life, this is a huge part of my life, my heritage, my ancestry. This is part of my life, and I just wanted to put that out there, that this is how I feel. Alright guys, if you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up down there, which is the like button. Also, you know, if you just support this video and what I've said to you today, it would be a huge support to me if you hit the like button to let me know whether or not you leave a comment or not, just to know that you support me. But guys, if you haven't already, also hit that subscribe button. And if you're out there riding, please be safe. And if you're not riding, get riding. I'm that one guy, and I am out.